Player Will.
Welcome back, Visions fans. Ready Player Will here. November 22nd, a new patch dropped today, the Black Friday patch, and this is a stellar week for bundles and deals. Starting with what you're going to be prompted with when you log in for 2K paid, you have two different select tickets available to you. One of them, you get 5 tickets for UR unit selects. You literally can pick any 5 units, and if you get dupes, obviously you get the 40 shards instead. But alternatively, you also get 5 select vision cards, which we have been desperately asking for and wanting and needing for weeks and months now. This is a great opportunity to catch up on whatever you may have missed out on these Holo Vision cards the last 3 to 6 months, and obviously the new quality of life upgrade where you can take those Mog Shop Vision, what do you call them, shard fragments, and you can finally use them toward Holo Vision cards. So this is a great time to get back into things, but there's more than just that. You can get the 1,000 Rainbow Scrolls, the 6 Blossoms, you have 20 Rainbow Fragments of Thought, but more than anything, 50 Rainbow Mind Spheres, which people continually ask for. This is an excellent bundle, and this is very affordable this week because I have good news about what's in the shop. They have brought back the Pack F. And so you are able to get that Pack F for the $7 US. This is that 2K paid alone right here. But there are also still the Pack H's that are outstanding. You have these 5th anniversary special starter packs, which I also still recommend just to accumulate some of what they have here. But there's a lot of great deals that do include paid viz this week, and so this is the perfect time to do it. Very appropriate for what Black Friday is. In terms of the Black Friday Deluxe Shop, this top one here, a lot of this is actually repetitive from last week. This is virtually the same in terms of what they offer for these top 2 ones. These are okay, but obviously a little more oriented to those that like to reincarnate their units, so judgment call if that's right for you. These other ones here, the Deluxe Pack, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather spend my paid viz in other places this week, and we'll talk about where. One of them is absolutely that login bundle, but the others are on the nickel banners, which we'll talk about soon. But the regular Black Friday shop, when you log in, you can get for free every day the Rainbow Experience Cubes, the Rainbow, or the Gold Experience Cubes. And then they do have 3 special Black Friday packs. Some of these better than others, obviously, but for 2,000 free Visior. This first one here does have the hammers. You can select equipment seals. Those are kind of irrelevant at this point. I think a lot of people have a safety stock of most of those, but you do have your burst pots and armor pots for limit break upgrades and equipment upgrades. But more than anything I love are the story skip tickets and the event skip tickets. We don't get these as frequently as some of the others. I'm probably going to buy this myself just because I love those event skip tickets for saving myself the background farming time. But in addition to that, they do have a UR unit training pack. This one is particularly good, again, for those that do happen to reincarnate a lot, or if you are just flat out running low on Fragments of Thoughts and Awakening Prisms, because for 1,000 viz, you can get 600 of each for up to a total of 1,800 total for 3,000 viz, because you can do this 3 times. In addition to the Rainbow Vision Sphere, so definitely take advantage of this if you're running low on that resource. The last one here is the UR Transcendence Pack. This one I think is the worst of the 3. I would rather just get my scrolls elsewhere. That's a lot more economical, quite frankly. This bundle's kind of bad, in my opinion. But per usual, my recommendation is toggle this filter at the bottom to Gil. Buy out everything that you can for Gil. I don't think there's any downside in doing so, as long as you're farming your turtle stages over the weekend. In addition to this Black Friday shop, they do have the nickel shop here too, where they have a new 70 cost water unit this week that you can get as shards here for Gil, and obviously the free summon ticket, but you can acquire him for 2K paid on the banner. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But the other one here is the other vision card shop, where you have the new Jaden vision card this week and the nickel vision card as well. That definitely make sure you're purchasing the shards via Gil here. That's virtually it for shop updates though. And before we get to those banners, I do want to point out the purchase bonus as being exceptionally good this week. Every single day, if you spend the 60 paid Visior on the last 3 days, each day gives you a 200 shard select summon ticket as recent as Exia. So you can get up to 600 unit shards here by purchasing $1 at minimum the last 3 days. Highly recommended. This is exceptionally strong for all kinds of accounts, whether you're getting a unit up to speed and trying to max level them, or whether you have a veteran account and are looking to help max reincarnate a unit. This is a very economical way to get 600 shards of your choosing for the permanent pool. Now for the summon banners, there's a couple things. They do still have the ongoing 5th anniversary banner. Make sure you're doing that every day. There's still the Final Fantasy Tactics banner. Make sure you're doing that every day. But the new ones they have this week, they do have a regular Nickel summon banner here. Do not do this. Nickel's not worth the free Vizier, quite frankly. You don't need him, but they do have an exceptionally good paid banner here. For 2k paid, you will get Nickel level 120 immediately. This is one of the best deals you can get ever on a unit. He is a very strong anti-fire unit that specializes in unit resistance for himself and the party, so he does have some value. I don't think he's going to be a meta game changer at all, quite frankly, but for this cost to get a unit at level 120, really hard to say no to, particularly given the deals they have for paid viz this week. But in addition to that, even if you pass on Nickel, his vision card is the same deal. 2k paid, it's a max level holo vision card. This one I absolutely love. I'm going to do a vision card review for both this and the Jaden vision card, which we'll talk about in a second. These are both excellent cards. I think the Nickel one is probably better for your average player, so definitely do not miss out on this one if you can help it or afford it or whatever the case may be. But love that they've put this in here. I hope they continue doing this periodically. I think this would be a welcome change compared to what it takes to normally pity a holo vision card. But in addition to that, they do have the new Jaden vision card, which is a pretty good card for himself and future gun units. It's not broken, but it's very good, and I will do that analysis later. But per usual, the typical recommendation is do the step up first. For one step, you can do 3 steps. For one summon, you can do 3 steps in a row. You'll get the extra shards here in the 3rd step. If you haven't gotten the card at this point, then you can swap back to the regular banner, at which point you just pull till you get it, or till you get the 1,000 medals to pity the vision card. But this is what's available at the moment. The last banner thing to talk about is the Apocalypse Festival. They are rerunning this at the moment, and these units, by and large, not the greatest units anymore. They're still high quality units, though, in particular Ashen King Mont, and as of late, the Dario unit is an excellent magic tank for all the new magic units that we've seen incoming. You have a couple different options to acquire an Apocalypse Festival unit of your choice. You have the regular banner here, which you can select which one of the units you could potentially feature. I'll be honest, this one I just don't think is worth it for the free Vizier. I think you can use that better in the future for these upcoming collabs and whatnot. If anything, maybe the 4th step, just because it's a little more friendly for the extra Mind Spheres and unit shards that you get at the end. But I really just don't know if Ashen King Mont and Dario have the same shelf life as they did a couple months ago. But if you really do want them, I do think this is the most appropriate way to do it. For 5k viz, you can just pick your unit and get them guaranteed. I think this is probably, again, the most economical way to do it. But even then, it's a debate because you probably can put that paid Vizier elsewhere. I think this is really account specific at this point of how badly do you need one of these units. And I think a lot of people can probably just go for the permanent pool units by and large if you're getting your account up and running. Now, that's virtually all to talk about in terms of banners and deals and shop updates. They do have some new PvE content here in the far plane, where we do have the burst core stage, so make sure you're doing that to get the burst cores to upgrade the limit break of your units. But we also have Dark Veritas introduced this week, and his acquisition quest, you actually can only complete it with Lucio and or the other Veritas units, which is kind of cool to finally be able to put them all together and clear these stages. So I'm looking forward to clearing this content myself. There are some other small general updates this week. You will see that the Reliquaries quest is featured here, and they did do the +1 to the death penalty and the Save the Queen weapons. So make sure to finish that to also upgrade those weapons. But they also gave limit break upgrades here to Veritas of the Bolt and Grifford. So also noteworthy in case you are using those units, which you probably aren't, quite frankly. But that's everything for today. This is an exceptionally strong week for deals. Great banners to pull on. I particularly like this week because I think anyone that participates is showing Gumi that these are deals that we endorse, that we are still willing to spend a modicum of money on the game, if not to completely whale out, obviously, but also a good time to get your account up to speed because we are seeing the meta in the most healthy spot that it's been since 3rd anniversary, basically. The last 10 units, 12 units that have been released are all viable in their own different ways, and even with the incoming 10-2 meta, and obviously with Jaden just released, the competitive landscape is still pretty wide open, so the game's in a really good spot right now. I feel like they've deserved our endorsement of what they've finally done with all of these select tickets, but take advantage of them for sure. If I forgot anything here, misspoke, or want to correct me, please leave it in the comments. I want to make sure that we have all the most accurate information possible, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to y'all soon.